How you doing? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about 5 changes to expect after 60 days alcohol free. And when you're changing habits, I think 60 days it's a pretty good time for your brain to start working its magic, right? And getting rid of the day-to-day stuff. What changes can you expect after 60 days alcohol free? I think there's lots and lots of small adjustments that you've been making over the last couple of months, and they've been accumulating their effect over this time. So I want to talk about 5 lifestyle and mind changes that you can expect once you hit that 60-day marker. And the first thing I want to talk about is something I call brain farts. Brain farts. And brain fart is basically when it's like a little short wiring that goes on in your brain every so often. So you have normal business as usual. You're going about your day and nothing really is happening, but then you get a thought about alcohol. And it's just this really quick thought that comes into your mind. And it's only, think about these things as they're little nudges into your old thinking. They're little nudges from your habit that are trying to draw you back in, or go, you know, this little situation that you're in now, maybe having a glass of wine is a good idea here, you know. You used to do that before, do you remember? And it wasn't so long ago. So, you know, maybe having a beer, you know, one beer won't harm you. And it's these little thoughts that come in. Think about the golem from the Lord of the Rings. That's the thing that I used to always imagine that my habit was, that the cravings were, any of that bad sense of dragging me down. And it'd be going, oh, do you know, little precious. It's all you want, and you need to sort of, if you can try and visualize these kind of things in your mind, the best way of dealing with these little brain farts is just to acknowledge them, to allow them to pass, take their course in your life, and then move on, right? The second one is that your drinking becomes old news. And this is about the time when I stopped drinking first, a lot of the people around me were shocked, to say the least. You know, I remember my family, my sister saying to me, if there was somebody that was going to do this and that and the other, it wouldn't have been you, you know. So I had a lot of jokery, a lot of ribbing, a lot of piss taking. But the same jokes become tired. The same people become tired of telling the same jokes. And, you know, you going in, we used to go and watch Arsenal playing at the beginning. I'd have my said to the lads in the beginning, I'm not drinking anymore, and that was it. I was straightforward up with these guys, you know, because I'd known them for a couple of years, or for actually a year before I'd stopped, and they took it well. But it was always like, oh, you know, what are you turning into, a Muslim, or, you know, these kind of jokes. And like I said, the same old jokes become tired. Most people don't care. Most people care about themselves. So, you know, it's old news, and that will disappear very quickly. Number 3 is that new habits start to get established, and this is new routines that you have in. I was running a lot when I stopped drinking alcohol, and that started to become a habit for me. My diet changed gradually, and that was starting to become habitual. You know, things like, it's the small things in life that you start to ritualize, and they become part of your life. For me, getting up early in the morning, you know, getting up and having a shower in the morning rather than having a shower in the evening. I was so used to it working in the forestry that I go out walking all day long, working all day long, and then come home in the evening and have a shower. So I was used to doing that. So all of the other stuff, you know, mixing my routine back in, getting into my own routine, that was all becoming rituals for me. So when you're starting out with this journey, don't take on too much. You know, it's tempting to do it. Start small. You know, it's tempting because, you know, you've got energy to burn, you've got time on your hands, and you've got these things, and you're thinking to yourself, well, if I can do this now, Jesus, what else can I do, you know? So don't take on too much, start slow and move on from there. The next thing, number 4, is that you're going to start rethinking some of your old habits as well. You know, it goes on to the last point where you get to a stage where you're saying to yourself, wow, I've really done well in this now. I'm really starting to make some progress. If I can change that, what else can I change? And what I would advise in this is just to have patience. Like I said, don't take on too much at once. Be patient in this. You've got a lot of time in this. You've got a lot of I think you're creating a lot of time, but not only that, you're creating a lot more quality time with your life. So you're going to have a lot more opportunities. And if you wait and if you're learning on this journey and you're moving forward slowly and you're taking each step like a learning process, then you're going to be in a better position in a month anyway. So think about it from the perspective of, you've only got so much time, you've only got so much energy, and don't waste it all too early. All right. Number 5 is that your drinker's brain by this stage will be in retreat. And what I'm talking about, your drinker's brain, is just that collection of thoughts that were revolving around alcohol, that collection of ways of thinking, those mindsets, those just the ways of doing things, the ways of setting up your time, setting up your day, setting up your week, setting up your weekends, the ways that you thought about birthdays and holidays and all of these kind of things. That's all your drinker's brain. This is the time when you're after 60 days, your drinker's brain really is in retreat. So you're not thinking about the alcohol as much. Like I said, you get the odd brain fart, but not thinking about it too much. You're getting away in general as well, depending on what you do. Hopefully you're getting away from that instant gratification mentality where you're thinking along the lines of, instead of thinking along the lines of what am I getting now in this moment, you're more thinking, you're pulling yourself back a little bit and you're thinking, well, what am I going to get in the long term? If I can do this, look what I've achieved in 60 days. What am I going to do now? So you're thinking more long term about these things. So if you haven't signed up for our quick start guide yet, that's down below. It's absolutely free. It's less than an hour's course. It will take you through the fundamentals of really getting yourself ready to step across that line into your new journey. Gives you a lot of insight into and clarity about where you are and what to expect. And really it's designed to build up your confidence and to give you the courage to move forward. So and we've also got Habits V2 if you want something straight away. It's our program that takes you from all the way through a 14-day preparation program to videos every day for a year. Sometimes in the beginning we've got 2 videos a day, plus our community, plus we've got one-on-one Zoom calls and group Zoom calls. It's just a great atmosphere. We have great fun doing these things. So take care of yourself. I will speak to you again in the next video. No matter where you are in the world, have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening. Take care. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.